All right, yes, very good morning and welcome. As you can see here, my name is Amazadon, and today I started to take this wonderful business trip on Bahamas. As you can see here, those are my crew. Those also the ships we came in through, and I said today I want to share my journey to Bahamas. We are going into Bahamas City. We are already in Bahamas, but we're going into Bahamas City town using the bus. So we are having this tour. So I want to share this journey with you. Whoever you are watching this video, I want to share with you. See everything. Actually, this was the most thing I wanted, because I wanted the opportunity of working from anywhere in the world. Now I can travel anywhere in the world. I can start a business while I'm working money, while I spend money, while I'm making other money. How cool is that? It's financial freedom opportunity. Hey, if you don't know, if you wanna know how, to get started, hey, let me know in the comment section and put your phone number there, or you can simply text me on my phone number is 502-224-9125. So if you're out of USA, just put a +1 in front of that number. So once again, the phone number is 502-224-9125. So let's go. I take you on this amazing journey. Are you a mom? Are you a dad, or anybody, a student who wants to be financially free and work from home? This kind of business, this is lifestyle. We tell you when they say join network marketing industry or have a financial opportunity for you. Because this was my dream. If you're someone who wants to travel, this is the amazing opportunity for you. So let's share. Let me share my guide. Let me share you this amazing trip with you. Let me share this amazing. So as you can see here, we are into the Bahamas, taking the bus right now. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the city. Enjoy everything. And let me know in the comment section, how did you like the journey? How do you like the city of Bahamas? And let me know in the comment section below, which country could you like to me if I visited, to me to record also and tag you next trip. Let me know in the comment section. I'm willing to work with you, and you too can do it. All right, so let's go ahead into the bus, and then let's go already start with this journey. Hey, good luck. Tour. Thank you. Enjoy.
So we are continuing on Bay Street. We're on the what we call the eastern end of Bay Street. Coming up on the right is the Bahamas rum cake factory. You guys are invited here to sample some Bahamian rum cakes. You're also invited to purchase some Bahamian rum, liquor, jewelry, and perfume in the city of Nassau. As you can see, Bay Street is just one block from the dock, Prince George dock. So once you would have completed this tour, you could come to Bay Street and max out those credit cards. All right? Oh, everyone quiet on that one.
Yeah.
Everyone is quiet on that one. So let's see if we can get... Well, you know, they're politicians. I guess they do a little bit of both, eh? In the middle of Parliament Square is a statue of Queen Victoria. Those buildings in Parliament Square was built by the Loyalists in the 1800s. The Loyalists came to the Bahamas during the American War of Independence. And of course, they were loyal to Britain. They were loyal to the crown. So they modernized the Bahamas, Paradise Island. And this bridge is named in honor of Sidney Poitier. This is Sidney Poitier is a Bahamian. Yes. Sidney Poitier is the second most popular. He is the second most famous Bahamian. And that is why we named this bridge in his honor. Are there any questions? Who's the first? Thank you. Someone answered the question. Someone answered the question. I lost my mic and all on that one. Where's my mic? I threw the mic away. I was like, I can't believe they just asked me that. She knew the question. She knew the answer. Yes, Andrew is the most famous Bahamian, the most popular Bahamian. It used to be called Hog Island because wild hogs used to roam this island. That is before Huntington Hartford bought the island, developed Resorts International, and changed the name to Paradise Island. He also built what we call the Eastern Paradise Island Bridge. Resorts International was then sold to former US President Donald Trump. And Donald Trump made a $50 million profit. Well, he got one vote, yeah. And Donald Trump made a $50 million profit selling Resorts International to Merv. This is the entrance to the Coral Towers. And as you can see, they have cones set up and arcades set up. And all of this is to restrict access to the Atlantis. And once you get in the casinos, they have the same thing set up to make sure you don't go on the casino. So if you guys want to visit the Atlantis, I would highly recommend you get that Aquaventure Day Pass. An offshore tax haven. So we had to restructure our banking laws to come into compliance with the OECD and the FTAA and all of these international financial regulatory bodies. Subsequent to that, most, if not all, of our offshore banks left. However, banking still remained our second industry because tourism takes up such a big chunk of our economic pie. But I got a solution for you. Firstly, off to the right, this is St. Matthew's Anglican Church. This is the oldest existing. That is also the hospital where her son Daniel died. If you can remember, her son died in the hospital room where she gave birth to baby Daddy Lynn. She bought a double plot where he was buried. It was her wish to be buried next to him. She didn't die here. She died in Florida at the Hard Rock. They had her body flown here, and she's laid to rest next to her son Daniel. Stone Rock. It took 600 slaves 16 years to carve those 66 steps out of the limestone rock. It was built as an escape route in case Fort Castle was ever attacked. Fort Castle was built by our royal governor at the time, Lord Dunmore, to defend the city against an invasion. Fort Castle never saw any action. The Queen's Staircase was never used as an escape route. Now those 600 slaves, they did not have modern equipment, just a chisel and a hammer. So it was 16 years of hard labor. The majority of the slaves died during the construction period. Only 150. He's trying to get him to stop, but he wouldn't stop. Only 150. You go. I don't want to hurt the horse. You want me to go? All right. Only 150 of them remained alive after the completion. So when you guys get an opportunity to visit the Queen's Staircase, you would notice that they carved out memorials to memorialize the slaves who died during the construction phase. It was named in honor of Queen Victoria's 66 years rule on the throne. Off to the right, this is your American Embassy. This is the one that is under construction. They haven't moved in that building as yet. You're going to get to see your existing American Embassy. It is in the city of Nassau, right next to the Mickey D's, right next to the McDonald's. So, Philip, I got a solution to all of your financial problems. Just give me your money, let me keep it. I can keep it. Unlike Bahamians to say, I only gonna borrow it. Let me borrow it from you. I'll borrow your money. You can get it back.
That's a bad word.
So, off to the right, remember we talked about the octagonal shaped building that has, you say 8 sides, right?
Yeah.
That's what y'all say, 8 sides?
Yep.
This is the Nassau Public Library and Museum. This used to be our first jail built by the Loyalists in the 1800s. At the rear of the Nassau Public Library and Museum are our historic Supreme Court buildings, also built in the 1800s by the Loyalists. We still wear the traditional wig and gowns in our Supreme Court sessions, just like they do in So off to the right is the Central Bank of the Bahamas. The Central Bank of the Bahamas was established in 1974, 1 year after independence. It is the regulatory body for all financial institutions throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So this bank will be comparable to your U.S. Federal Reserve Bank, only a lot broker. They have the kind of money in our central bank that you have in your U.S. Federal Reserve Bank. Coming up on the left is Mount Fitzwilliams. This is 12 acres. This is Government House. This is the residence of our official head of state. King Charles is our head of state, and he's represented here by the Governor General, and this is the Governor's mansion. This building was built in the colonial days. In the front of the Governor's mansion used to be a statue of Christopher Columbus. You guys see the base of it? We don't think Christopher Columbus is a hero, so we had the government remove the statue and put it where it belonged, in prison. Actually, the prison wouldn't take it. No, not in our prison. We don't want that statue. So the government had to put it in storage. I mean, he is a part of our history. He's not to kill them all. There are no more Arawaks left, no more Lucayan Indians left. So we don't think he is a hero, and we don't think his statue should be in the front of the governor's mansion. Welcome to Umbrella Alley, guys. When you see the floating umbrellas, that is our winery. Off to the right, Bahama Barrels. You guys are invited here for free wine tasting. Also, winemaking classes. And the winery is in an old Catholic cathedral. Off to the left, the Great Cliff Chocolate Factory. You ladies are invited there for free chocolate sampling. Guys, off to the left, the Great Cliff Cigar Factory. You guys are invited there for a free tour of the cigar factory. Off to the left, this is the National Art Gallery of the Bahamas. This building used to be the home of our former Chief Justice, Justice Delancey. All of the art in the National Art Gallery of the Bahamas is done by local artists, Bahamian artists. Coming up on the left, this is Educulture. Educulture is our local Junkanoo Museum, and Willis is going to remind us to talk about Junkanoo a little later on this tour. You still back there, right, Willis? Yeah. All right. Sure. Off to the left, remember we saw the oldest existing church building in the Bahamas? Off to the left is the oldest existing church in the Bahamas. That is Bethel Baptist Church. Now, Bethel Baptist Church was founded by Jordan Prince William. Jordan Prince William founded Bethel Baptist, but he did not choose that option. What he did was he came right up the street here and he founded the St. John's Baptist Cathedral. Jordan Prince William was the founder of St. John's Baptist Cathedral, and he was the pastor. And all of his sweethearts, they sang in the choir. So churches haven't really changed much. Back in the day, churches were called meetings, thus giving this street the name Meeting Street. I'm scared to open up the floor for questions now. But I will anyway, because I think Philip have no more questions. What a spiel. Offshore tax haven. Where you from, Philip? Secrets, right? So I'm going to tell you guys the secret about this cemetery on the left. Off to the left, this is St. Agnes Cemetery. Now, people living in the city of Nassau are not allowed to be buried in this cemetery. In the middle of St. Agnes Cemetery is a flag. That is the Bahamian flag, the black, yellow, and aquamarine. The black represents the strength and the determination of the Bahamian people. The yellow represents the sun, and the aquamarine represents we dye our water once a month to keep it that color. When you guys see the Bahamian flag being flown, it's the resting place of Sir Lyndon Oscar Finley. Sir Lyndon served as Prime Minister for 25 years. The father of the nation, the architect of the modern Bahamas. You've never seen Just for Sea in your local Walmart? Just for Sea? Yeah. That's what you used to dye our water with.
Yeah, right.
She's looking at me like, yeah, Just for Sea. Well, a friend.
You said they could not bury.
I think he got it too. People that are deceased in the city of Nassau are buried in that cemetery. Not the living, we don't do that here. So our airport is named in honor of Sir Lyndon Finley, and also we have our own Bahamian currency, and Sir Lyndon's portrait is on the Bahamian $1 bill. Y'all want me to send this back there? Hey, I know, I said it. Last time I sent my money back, we had politicians on board and they taxed it 50%. Only 50 cents come back. So. Any politicians on board? Any aspiring politicians? Oh, I can send it back here. So this is, that's one Bahamian dollar you're holding in your hand. You don't have to switch over to that. You can spend your US currency while you are here. Go into a store, it's unlikely, but they can give you that money as change. You don't have to worry about the exchange rate because our dollar is pegged to the US dollar. So that's actually one US dollar you're holding in your hand. So Philip, the Bahamian dollar is that weak, just as weak as the American dollar. So we're going to do another drive-through of Arawak Key. Arawak Key is home of, no, we're going to do another drive-through of Fort Charlotte. Fort Charlotte is the largest fort in the Bahamas. I'm sorry guys, Arawak Key is where the food is. I think I'm with food. Fort Charlotte is the largest fort in the Bahamas. It is actually 3 forts in one. Fort Charlotte, built in the 1700s by our royal governor at the time, Lord Dunmore, to defend the city against an invasion. There are dungeons and corridors. You can see where the slaves would have chiseled out the limestone rock. The park. Clifford Park is our national park. What I tell you about having road rage? So off to the left, Clifford Park is our national park. This is where we first raised our Bahamian flag, July 10th, 1973. We lowered the Union Jack for the last time. Prince Charles, at the time, came to the Bahamas to take the Union Jack back to London to her Majesty. We celebrate independence every year on our national park with an Independence Day celebration and a medical service. So let me say this. What you guys are getting as cruise ship passengers is what we call the sampling trade of what the Bahamas has to offer. You're just getting the orders, the appetites. They asked me for my address. My address will not be given out because it is my invitation, your expense. I live in the ghetto. So guys, please visit the Bahamas and stop over visitors. That's where you can actually stop and like, what's your name again?
Generate revenue.
Right, and you can actually stop at some of these places where passing and you can generate revenue for the locals. Now, most guests, like I said, the majority of our guests come in through the cruise ship. So, in the city of yeah, I will go back in the ghetto until it's time for me to go home. So what we can do? What we can do is we can stay right here on this main road. Off to the left, this is Main Town, our inner city. This is what we call the hood, also known as bottom. You can drive slow and you all can look through the corner, but we ain't gonna stop. Because we spell ghetto here a little bit differently than you guys do in Dallas and the United States. We spell ghetto G-E-T-T-O-U-T. Get out. That's how we spell ghetto. So we just can slow down and look through the corner. We ain't gonna head through the corner. We ain't gonna stop. We can slow down and look. Oh yeah, still looking like the ghetto. Yeah, that's it. That is Bay Town, like I say. We call it our over the hill communities, our old town. And having said that, we are a really safe country. We're not like none of those dangerous countries, you know. We do have crime like every country. However, the majority of our crime is drug and gang related. You stay out of drugs, you stay out of gang. But we are a very, very safe country. So I'm gonna open up the floor again. Any questions so far? All right, Philip, you can ask another question.
How much is your average house cost here?
You know, we did a 6-month training course to become tour guides. And they taught us how to answer your questions. You have a very expressive face. I can look at you and tell exactly what you're thinking. Very expressive. Have that answer. I can get it for you. If you would leave me your email, I'll be happy to email you the answer when I get it. Now, off to the left, Philip, this is our inner city community. If we go through there, they'll pretty much give you a house.
Oh, you're looking for trouble.
Yeah, they'll pretty much give you those because everyone trying to get out of the ghetto. So they'll pretty much give you a house. But in our, what we call our over the hill communities, you can get a house starting from about $100,000 to $150,000 on this island. Now we got another ghetto. We're actually going through this. I just don't feel safe through that ghetto.
Okay, he's gonna come up front.
Sorry?
He's gonna come up front and sit next to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, when we go to that next ghetto.
I don't want him to get shot first.
You said
But you wanna come up front?
So off to the left, in this very same building here, used to be the government high school. In 1974, the College of the Bahamas was established in this very same building. In the early 2000s, the College of the Bahamas started a 15-year transition to become the University of the Bahamas. And today, coming up on the left, is our grand entrance to the University of the Bahamas. And we are driving on University Drive. I'm so proud. We are driving, after 15 years, we're driving on University Drive. Now they're still working on accreditation with other universities, so there's still a work in progress, so that people from Trinidad can come here and pay the government when you would have completed your studies, is to work for the government for 7 years. No student loans, guys. You just gotta work for the government for 7 years. I think that's worse than having to pay a student loan. Did I say that in the mic?
Why you say that?
Huh?
Why you say it goes
Let me tell you why I said that, okay?
Yeah.
In the United States of America, a nurse makes $100,000 a year, right? Plus. All right, so 100,000 is on the lowest scale. Our nurses, the last time I checked, their salary was $40,000 a year.
Yeah, they don't pay much here.
So that's why I made that statement. So,
So $40,000 wouldn't cut.
sorry?
$40,000 would not. You would be able to live on that and you would be one job, right? $40,000. You live in
A nurse can't live on $40,000. You don't know how much I just make? You don't know, and I'm saying me, you don't know what the minimum wage is?
no.
Before I pass it off to the left, this is our national stadium, the Thomas A. Robinson Track and Field Stadium. And let me just say this, we play all sports here. However, we play most sports for fun. The only sports we play on a professional level is track and field. All of our Olympic gold medals, except ours, was in track and field. I don't know what happened in Paris. Bahamians work directly or indirectly. Tourism, the 90 percenters makes minimum wage. So the majority of Bahamians will be exempted from income tax. So the government will not introduce it because that is the demographics they want to tax. The 90 percenters. I don't know why you don't tax the 10 percenters. They're the ones who got the money to pay the tax. But, yeah. And when you talk about the cost of living, I did the first industry is tourism. The second industry is banking and finance. Our third industry is fisheries, agriculture, and light manufacturing. Having said that, we import 80% of everything that we use. So, yeah, we can't even afford to feed ourselves. We have to import the very food that we eat. So that's how the government makes a lot of its revenue, through import tax. Like, what kind of car you have? What kind of car you drive at home?
CRV.
Right. Oh, you have a Honda CRV? I have one too. Mine's the 2001. Don't tell me yours, because I know yours is the 2001. Mine is the 2001 Honda CRV. For me to drive the same Honda CRV you have at home, I would have to pay what you paid for it. I would have to pay $2,000 to ship it here, and then I'd have to pay the government 80% import tax to drive the same Honda CRV you drive. Kennedy Drive. John F. Kennedy Drive is named after former U.S. President John F. Kennedy. He visited the Bahamas in the 1960s, drove on this very same street, and they named it in his honor. Any other question, guys? Philip? Oh, yeah. Philip, you got it? Willis?
John Canoe.
Jean Canoe. we're going to talk about Junkanoo. Let's talk about the Bahamas first before we talk about Junkanoo. What is the Bahamas? We're an old British colony. We were colonized in the early 1700s when our first royal governor, Woods Rogers, came to the Bahamas. We were colonized until July 10, 1973, when we became an independent country. Even though we are independent, we are still a part of the Commonwealth. Well, like Canada, independent, still a part of the Commonwealth. So King Charles is our official head of state. He's represented here by the Governor General. We got an opportunity to see the Governor's mansion. So we kept two things from our British heritage. We kept the Westminster system of government, where we have the two houses of Parliament, known as the Upper House of Parliament and the Lower House of Parliament. We call it the House of Assembly and the Senate. We also kept driving on the right side of the road. You guys drive on the wrong side in the United States. You should tell them fix that when you go back. You should tell them you've been to the Bahamas and we've got it right down here. So that's why we drive on the right side, because we're an old British colony. So the Bahamas is made up of 700 islands, keys, and rocks spread out over 100,000 square miles. That is land and sea. We are located 50 miles off the coast of Florida. Coming up on the left, I got to point this out before we pass it. Ladies, you will see 4 pyramids. This is a cemetery. We like to call this cemetery the Anna Nicole Smith Cemetery. This is the cemetery where both American celebrity Anna Nicole Smith and her son, both of them are laid to rest. Now I know what you ladies are thinking. You can go to that cemetery and you can see Anna Nicole Smith and her son's grave. You will not be able to find their graves because both of their graves are unmarked. So you will not be able to tell that it is Anna Nicole Smith and her son, even though they are the only 2 unmarked graves in that cemetery. You wouldn't know that it you wouldn't know that it is Anna Nicole Smith and her son. I mean, I took a guess there. She was an Anna Nicole Smith fan, and I went in the office and I was like, can you show us where Anna Nicole Smith's grave is? And she was like, no, that's top secret. We can't tell you. I was like, oh, I take it the graves are unmarked. And then we walked outside of the cemetery. Everyone got their name on their cemetery, but there are 2 graves that are unmarked. I was like, oh, okay. This cannot be Anna Nicole Smith and her son. I didn't do it, guys. So of course we knew exactly which graves was Anna Nicole Smith and her son. But don't go to the office because they ain't gonna tell you. Oh, we can't tell you that. That's top secret. So any questions so far? Nothing? Moses? Nothing? Moses good. All right. So we are on Bahamas Boulevard. Bahamas Boulevard takes us to Cable Beach. This area got the name Cable Beach because the first underwater fiber optic cable that can offshore bike. And then he won a house in the Bahamas. I get that. I'm coming up with 11. 1 + 1 is 11. And he's making his plan. All right. So what you guys are looking at is the east and west tower of the Grand Hyatt. There is a Grand Hyatt, there is a SLS, and there is a Rosewood. Those brands, along with the Baja Bay Water Park, the Royal Blue Golf Course, and the Bahamas casinos make up the Bahamas Mega. So CCA, China Construction America, was the construction company for this mega resort. And allegedly what they did was they sent Mr. Ismailian inflated invoices and they bank robbed him during the construction phase. This project sat here for a fun 2 years while it went through bankruptcy, receivership, liquidation, and all of that good stuff. Now it is owned by Full Town Chuck Enterprise. That is a Chinese investment group. Sarkis is brilliant. He's suing China Construction America in the New York State Court. He is suing them for fraud. And his trial just got completed, so I think they're waiting on a ruling from the judge. We'll see what happens. Off to the right is the Cecil Wallace Whitfield Center in the office of the Prime Minister. See the blue plate on the car? That is a cabinet minister. So that person would be comparable to your Secretary of State or Secretary of Defense, or how much secretaries you all got? So that person would be comparable to one of those too many secretaries. All right. So take out your cameras, guys, because you're going to get a view of the entire Cable Beach Strip and the Bahamas Mega Resort from Goodman's Bay. Goodman's Bay is off to the left, and we usually stop here so you guys can take a still photo without them trees of the Bahamas Mega Resort and the entire Cable Beach Strip. Everybody got their photos? Crime Watch. Yeah, so. And what?
Nice neighborhood.
Nice
Nice neighborhood.
You think this is a nice neighborhood?
Look at the house.
I don't ever see no one in this community. Like everyone left this community and went to Bay and Dance. I mean, houses cheaper in Bay and Dance. These houses start at. If I say this, you think Philip, yeah? These houses start at $400,000 all the way up to $4 million. We gotta go way over because you know what he got in that bag. Robbers. I know this thing. Ghetto, we gotta be very careful through here. I really don't feel safe through this disgusting neighborhood. And this area is called the Grove. Oh, we got a car in the back of us, guys. You think he's gonna try something?
No.
Oh, all right. Rough neighborhood. And what is a catwalk? That must be a ghetto thing, eh? These guys are stealing the tree. Just stealing all the trees. Boy, the things you see in the ghetto. Wow. Let me hide my face. I don't want them to see me, to let them see me while they're committing their crime. See? They stole all of the coconut trees from here, guys. See? All of them used to be coconut trees off to the right. You can still see the base of the coconut trees. They stole all of those coconut trees. Tell me. Ghetto. So like I said, we call this area the Grove, and I'm really trying to get this off the top, because I tell my boss when we drive Nassau Street, and you all see the ghetto, you all already choose a house, right?
Yes.
So see, so there's no reason for us to come in this terrible neighborhood.
Nice neighborhood.
And no Where the people though? Where the people? That's
Work.
what, say?
Yeah, work.
Oh, they at work.
They kidnapped them.
It's told the people.
Never see no one tree. Anyway, I could never see myself living like this.
Nice and quiet.
That's what you call it?
That's that quiet.
Yes, sir.
That's that quiet.
Well, guys, I know you've seen a lot of terrible things about this neighborhood, but it gets worse. It gets worse. That's the ocean there, guys. Right there. These guys can throw a rock to the ocean. We have to go over the hill to get to the ocean in the ghetto. Look at they got all of these potholes in the road. Man. Oh, we made it. Whew. Come here, get out of this ghetto. You okay back there, Mr. Willis?
Yes.
Are you on high alert?
Very.
Yes, sir.
10-4.
Yeah, I'm really trying to get that neighborhood off the tour. I can never see myself living like that. What about you, Moses?
Same thing. Same.
Yeah, Moses too. You guys want to go back being top? Population of approximately 400 million persons living in the entire Bahamas. That population, 80% live on this small, tiny island due Providence. Well, we got two of the world's largest. We got the Utopia and the Allure. So where you guys cruising?
Here.
Okay.
Oh, that's a Bahamas cruise.
Yes.
And you left from Miami? All right, cool. How many days? 4 days?
4 nights.
4 nights. All right. You came all the way to the Bahamas to see the most popular Bahamian, the most famous Bahamian. Thank you guys. And you guys having fun. You're enjoying the cruise, right?
Yeah.
How is the food on board the Allure?
Not like okay.
Is it?
So those who like drinks and everything, we're going to one of the Bahamas factory and want to manufacture. See how this is how this manufacture, as you can see here. And if you ever drinking those kind of drinks, this is how they made. This is where they made it. They made from, as you can see there. And they're packing it and everything. So enjoy again.
Labeling down to the numbering on each and every bottle. Everything here, John Watland.
As you can see here, they're busy explaining the wines and everything. I'm like, you know, since I don't like the wines, I mean, why don't I just take a selfie and go and show you my people where the journey is, right? Alright guys, so let's enjoy until the end. So as you can see, it's the inside. Everything. I feel like, you know, when you look at it, I feel like when you get some, you know. But hey, that's not my thing anymore. It's not my thing. So, enjoy guys. As you can see here, that's the store. Everything I had to zoom in for you actually. Just know if you need one, I can grab someone for you. You never know. Alright, there's a thing here. As you can see, the cashier is making some cashiers there. My crew busy shopping for the night. Alright guys, welcome back from Bahamas city. I'm just going back to the ship. As can you see here, that's kind of the view right now here, going to where the ship is and go back in my ship and chill on the top of the ship maybe, or get some relax, or maybe get some food up there and then relax and then do the business as you know, time freedom business. I mean, don't you like to be financial free and work from anywhere in the world? Don't you? Yep, that's me. If you don't know me, behind the voice, that's me. The voice is not matching with the body. Excuse me on that one. But hey, that's me. So that's all you got for now. And hey, I wish you guys the best. Hey, take care and take charge. May God bless you. Hey, one more thing. Let me know in the comment section. How was it and how do you like it? Alright? So, I'm waiting for you to those want to get started into the business. I'm always here for you to serve you. That's my thing, serving people.